Hey y'all, today we're going to be exploring the great outdoors. Although they don't have any crocodiles or alligators, so I can't bring out my Crocodile Dundee voice, but we're going to have a lot of fun, so come on, let's go explore. Hey y'all, today we're going to be exploring WildCare Foundation right here in Oklahoma. Today I have Rondi with me. Rondi, can you give me a little bit of insight about what goes on around here?
Sure. Well, WildCare is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to provide people a place to take native wildlife that are struggling to survive, with the whole goal of releasing these animals back out into the wild. We started in 1984, many years ago, with just a few animals every year, and now we've grown so we take in over 7,000 animals a year. And the animals that we take in are native wildlife. They could be birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, all that have had something that has gone very wrong in their life. Sometimes they're babies that have been orphaned, sometimes the little ones get injured, sometimes they're adult animals hit by cars, caught in fences, some of the animals come in ill, we just never know what walks through the door. I'm taking around 125 species in Oklahoma.
Awesome.
So you name it. From bobcats to bunnies, from all the reptiles and venomous snakes, we've worked with those two to heal them, to all the birds from chickadees all the way up through eagles.
Awesome. And so in Oklahoma, you take animals from any community, Norman, Noble, all the way up to Tulsa?
We do. Our permits are for the state of Oklahoma. So we take in animals from all over the state. But most of them predominantly come from the metro area, Oklahoma City and Norman. We get a lot of animals from the Norman area.
Very good. And so I live in Norman, and say there's a squirrel on the road that's injured. How would I go about getting that animal to y'all?
Great question. If you run across a wild animal and you think it needs help, it needs rescuing, we definitely want the rescuer to be safe. So
Yes.
having a glove, having leather gloves, a towel, a carrier in your car is all great things. And it's a great Christmas idea for someone in your family that's animal oriented. Get them a to-go container that goes in their trunk of their car so they can rescue, and that way they're safer. They can just put the animal in a pet carrier, give us a call, bring it to us. Our facility here in Noble is open to the public for admissions of animals from 9 till 7 every day of the year. We do have a drop-off location in Oklahoma City too, so if any of your viewers are in the metro area, they can drop them off at the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter every day before 4 o'clock, and one of our volunteers picks them up from there and brings them down to us.
Perfect. And living in Norman, Noble, how would you get involved with WildCare?
I'm actually the founder and director. So it started with just one animal years ago when I didn't know what to do with it. And then I got a few more, and my husband, he probably regrets this, suggested that maybe I get a permit and do this a little bit more
That's awesome.
seriously, you
Yes.
know, because it was kind of hobby. At 7,000 animals a year, it's definitely not a hobby any longer. It's a passion. So it just grew from a few animals to what we do now. In the history of WildCare, I have had my hands on over 88,000 animals. That would fill OU Stadium, wouldn't it?
How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Predator prey on different sides,
Oh, yeah.
because the halftime show is going to be wild.
I love it.
Yep.
I live in the community, and say, how would I donate to the WildCare?
Great idea. I always focus on the animals. I forget about running the business of WildCare. WildCare is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 organization. So all donations to WildCare are tax deductible. So you can write checks to WildCare. You can go online. We have an Amazon Smile account, which a lot of people don't understand. It's an Amazon account, and you just go through Amazon Smile and you pick your charity. And anything that you buy on Amazon Smile is the same price as on Amazon, but Amazon will send a kickback to your nonprofit that you select. So it's a way of going shopping for what things your family needs, and WildCare gets a little portion of that to say thank you, which is an awesome way. There's another way. If you're a federal employee, they have something called Combined Federated Campaign, and that is going on currently. We are one of the selected charities for Combined Federated Campaign for federal employees. So they can select WildCare as their charity, and our charity number is 57195.
Remember that.
especially the right number. WildCare Foundation, that's a way that they can donate. It's like United Way for federal employees.
Oh,
So
very
that's
good.
a way to do that. We have an Amazon wish list on our Facebook page and on our website. And so they can go to that, and we update that frequently of a certain need that we have right now for something. Some of them are different items that you wouldn't normally think of, but there's always cleaning supplies, laundry soap, dish soap, things like that we use constantly here that we can always use.
Fantastic.
It's a great way to do something and give back to the environment.
I love it. I love everything about what I heard.
Okay.
And it's awesome. How about we take this on the inside and see what we can find out on the inside?
You bet, because this is just the outside of what goes on in the 7 acres. So let's go on in and we'll show you what we do at WildCare.
Perfect. We're in the clinic, and I have Dr. Faye with me. Faye, can you give me a little bit of insight what goes on in here?
Yeah, so all of the wildlife that gets brought in through the front of WildCare gets evaluated, and anything that has any injuries or signs of illness comes into this room. I usually do a full physical exam in here. We'll do x-rays right over here on this table behind you. So right now we have one of the x-rays drawn up. This is just a bobcat that got hit by a car and came in last week with a broken arm. So we fixed that with a pin, and right now he's out back. But then anything like surgeries, broken bones, we do right here on this table. So this clinic just functions for everything. So anesthesia machine, surgeries all go on right here. And then just on the bench, we'll do fecals, blood work, you name it. It all sort of happens right in here.
Perfect. And how many cases do you see on a day-to-day basis or week or month?
Well, it's very seasonal. So in the height of summer, we'll be seeing 30 cases a day, doing sometimes surgeries most of the day. Right now in the winter, we're a little bit slower, so maybe 1 or 2 surgeries every day or 2.
Okay. Very good. So you stay busy quite
Oh
often.
yeah, they keep me busy.
Awesome. Thank you, Faye.
Thank you.
Your paperwork when they're done.
And when did you say you found them?
It was this morning early, 7 or 8. We moved it off the side of the road so it wouldn't get hit because we had to go somewhere. And I'm like, if it's there when we go back, we'll take it.
Yeah.
And we just kind of moved it off the road. At least something there and on the fence post, so we're kind of attached to it.
Aw. Definitely got some eye trauma here. Oh, definitely. Yes, I think one eye is ruptured here, but if the other eye looks okay, I'll have to take him back into the clinic and do a better eye exam. But if we treat him for head trauma and the one eye's okay, they have found that owls are able to hunt still for the most part with one eye because they're so good at hunting just with their ears. So that's not a automatic something that would exclude release for him. I'm just gonna transfer him into a crate.
Rest of the wings and legs feel okay, Doc?
I'm gonna probably do x-rays on him, but we just need a little bit mentally. He's sort of stressed out right now. From what I'm feeling just briefly, everything feels okay.
So I see right behind me we have raccoons. And it's feeding time.
It sure is. These guys get fed once a day now that they're older. These are pre-release enclosures because these wild animals, you can't just put them in a small carrier inside and then expect for them to adapt as soon as you release them. So we're very fortunate. We have 7 acres back here with large enclosures up over the trees so that these animals get used to the wild habitats that they're going to be living in. Now these guys are going to act a little social right now because it's feeding time. You can see they're diving into their dinner of eggs and fish and some fruit here. And we'll make special dinners for them for Thanksgiving, for the holidays. But these guys are in these enclosures so that they can be released back out to the wild. And that's one of the reasons why we're not open to the public. These animals have to stay used to being out in the wild and away from people. If they're ever going to survive in the wild, they cannot get used to having people around them all the time. Now they're used to our feeding routines, but if different people come in, then they respond very differently. And that's good. That means that they stand a good chance of surviving in the wild on their own.
Very good. I know we've passed a few habitats. How many habitats are out here for all the animals?
Oh gosh, I don't know that I have an enclosure count, but we probably have close to 20,000 square feet of avian space just for the birds, and probably around 15,000 square feet of mammal space. It's divided up because you can't put the cottontails with the raccoons, obviously, and the bobcats really can't be with the squirrels, although the bobcats think they should be. So we have different enclosures for different species, and the ones that we can house together, we will. If they live in the wild together, we want them together so that they learn to communicate species to species, which is what they're going to have to do on their own.
Very good.
Kind of unique back here in the woods. Nobody really knows we're here from the
It
road.
is. And what about this? So say a wild animal that you are bringing back to health gets released, escapes out of jail, you would say. So how would y'all get that back in?
The voluntary release program is what we refer to it here as the animals. The animals are not allowed to participate. Yeah. We have capture equipment and stuff like that. Okay. So if one of our animals voluntarily releases themselves, that we can go ahead and get them back in. Living here where we are, since we deal with 7,000 animals a year, we don't release them all here. It's way too many animals in one confined space. We take them all over the states. And that's another way that's really important for ways of people to help us. If you have a large piece of property and it's remote, 40 acres minimum, if not larger, depending on the species, you can sign up to be a release site. And we will let you know when we have different species that you want. There's no sense in me releasing skunks on your property if you really don't like skunks. And we'll give you a call, and if the animals that we have are ready for release and you have good habitat and it's a species that you would like to encourage on your property, then we take these animals to those release sites. But we're always looking for great release sites for any of our birds, mammals, and reptiles so that they have a good footing and a good start in their new wild life.
Fantastic. That is awesome.
It's a great way to help also.
Yes, I like it. Thank you so much
No
for allowing
problem.
us on the property and getting to explore all the animals and what you all do to bring animals back to health.
Well, it's important to know. To me, it breaks our heart when someone doesn't know about us. And in conversation, we find out that they saw an animal that needed rescuing, but they didn't know what to do, and they left. That gives them nightmares. It breaks my heart because there's the life that slipped through our fingers. So the more people that know about us and specifically what we do and how we can help, the more animals we can help and the more we can give back to the state of Oklahoma.
I love it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for exploring WildCare Foundation with me. We learned a lot. It's awesome. Decided to drive this monster of a truck, Super Duty F-250. It can't get no bigger than this. So if there's a road, a gravel road, dirt road, this is the truck for you. And there's no place in Oklahoma that you could not get stuck. So come on down to Reynolds Ford and check out our latest inventory of lifted trucks and also Super Duties. Also hop on our website at reynoldsfordnorman.com and see what inventory we have on there. Come on, it's gonna be awesome. Don't forget to explore with me as we do a new location next week. Also, don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video to have a chance to win a 3-day, 2-night trip to Branson. Who doesn't love Branson? Come on, it's gonna be awesome.